Cycle typically is around 28 days, give or take a few days. It starts with the follicular phase, which is 1 to 4 days, give or take a couple. It starts with menstruation or menses. That is when the endometrial lining is shed. When the endometrial lining is shed, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, is secreted from the pituitary gland. Follicle stimulating hormone stimulates the development of a follicle and the maturation of an oocyte into a mature ovum, ready to be fertilized by sperm. Day 5 through 14 is the ovulatory phase. Follicle stimulating hormone has positive feedback at this point. So at the beginning of the menstrual cycle, follicle stimulating hormone has positive feedback with estrogen. So follicle stimulating hormone, a pituitary hormone, has positive feedback on estrogen, an ovarian hormone. Estrogen stimulates endometrium development. It causes the endometrium to thicken in preparation of implantation of the fertilized egg. Estrogen, an ovarian hormone, has positive feedback with LH, a luteinizing hormone in the pituitary gland. So luteinizing hormone spikes and causes an egg to be released from the follicle. This is called ovulation. This begins the luteal phase. The empty follicle does not stay empty. The corpus luteum, or the yellow body, begins to develop, and it starts to secrete progesterone. The corpus luteum releases progesterone, and this maintains the endometrial lining, so that if an egg is fertilized, it can implant into a endometrium thickened by estrogen but maintained by progesterone. The high levels of progesterone inhibit FSH and LH, pituitary hormones. So notice, at the beginning, FSH and LH are positive feedback with estrogen. At the end, progesterone has negative inhibition, negative feedback of FSH and LH. Progesterone inhibiting FSH and LH prevents the fertilization of a second egg, so the body is only taking on one pregnancy at a time. If no fertilization happens, the corpus luteum runs out of progesterone eventually. Progesterone levels drop off. At this point, FSH is no longer inhibited. The cycle starts all over again. So progesterone levels drop, menses happens, a period, and then FSH comes back because it is no longer being inhibited by progesterone. And that is the menstrual cycle.